Have you ever seen something so freaky that you remember it for days? You're too afraid to go to sleep just because you might have nightmares of it. That happened to me recently, and I'm going to tell you all about it. It was a normal day playing Fortnite. It was a Sunday night, and school was tomorrow. Usually my friends and I stay up late and we play until about midnight or 1 a.m. But spring break was over and tomorrow started school. The latest my final friend stayed up was 9 p.m. My parents were very hands-off on certain things, and my bedtime was one of them. As long as my grades don't suffer and I go to school regardless of how tired I am, it isn't an issue. I check my phone, it's 12:25 in the morning. I had time for one more game and I'd roughly get 6 hours of sleep. I selected solos and away we go. This is where things take a turn for the worst. I could see a fog rolling in on the horizon in the pregame lobby, much like the snow rolling in before the winter biome came along. But instead of it taking days to hit the map, this fog had already covered the whole map by the time I was in the battle bus. I got kicked from the battle bus and was forced down. I didn't even have a glider and my person hit the ground with their body. It was very graphic to see. I saw that the area was just flatland, much like Season 1. Was this a new map they were working on? Even more curious, what happened to the other 99 people in my game? Then, it happened. The fog grew dense and you could barely see. My screen began to shake like something or someone was coming up from underground. I start to see not one, but multiple shadows through the fog. They're walking towards me. I know it's just a video game, but this shouldn't happen. I back up my player to run away from the things, but it's as if I'm running around in circles. That's how thick this fog was. My map wasn't even working. Even the map was covered by fog. I see the shadows multiplying. Soon this gray thick fog turns into a gray fog mixed with a sea of black shadows overlapping it. They get closer and closer to me until it happens. My screen vibrates and so does my Xbox controller. I was being grabbed. The shadow brought me into the fog. The shadows became clear images. Images I can't unsee. It was a bunch of night witches, the new skin. Only they looked like they were in tribal outfits. Their masks were made of bones and each night witch had blood on their mask. Each mask had a different pattern. There were hundreds of night witches at this point. The night witch who grabbed me must have been their leader. She was a good 2 to 3 feet away from me. This was where I lost it. She got up in my face and she said,
"My sisters, our next meal."
And then she lunged at me. I jumped so fast my controller was connected to the Xbox. My console fell hard on the ground. It never turned back on because of it. It was the single most scariest thing that had ever happened to me. The build-up, the people stalking me in the game, the fog, the everything, I can't unsee it. It was just too much. My parents want to know why my Xbox broke. I can't tell them what really happened. I can't bring myself to play again either, because I don't want to see it again.